Hi guys, my name is Tito. I make videos on personal finance on my other channel. On this channel, I talk about other things like today when I'll be reviewing the new Nollywood film on Prime Video, the most anticipated Nollywood film of 2023, Gangs of Lagos. Finally. First of all, I feel like I have to explain this look. I realized I do look a bit silly, but on Thursday for the premiere, which I went for, I didn't dress according to the dress code. The dress code, I believe, was Owambe Gangster. Instead, I just wore like blue trad, and the blue was like Prime Video blue, so I thought that worked. So I thought, for this review, I might as well try and go with the theme and kind of look like a gang member, so to speak. So it doesn't seem to be working, but I'll leave the bandana on for a few more minutes before I take it off. Now, speaking about this review, leaving the premiere on Thursday, I actually decided that I wasn't going to review this movie Gangs of Lagos for personal reasons. I'll talk more about that and why I didn't want to do a review towards the end of this video, so be sure to watch this video all the way to the end. But after talking to a couple of friends, they convinced me to do the review, and they kind of gave me suggestions on how to go about it in a way that would work for me and for the varied audience that will be watching this review. Yes, like I said, more about that towards the end of the review. Oh yes, and one of the ways that I'm going to be able to get through this review, which I didn't want to do, will be to treat this review like a chit chat rather than a typical review. Okay? Hopefully it works. We'll find out soon enough. Let's start by talking about the performances in this fantastic movie, Gangs of Lagos. Now, first of all, because this movie, Gangs of Lagos, is on a streaming platform, this will be a spoiler-filled review. So that's just a warning to those of you who are yet to see the movie. There will be spoilers. Tobi Bakre. Tobi plays Obalola in this film, a guy born like in Isaleko, and he's just been in this world of crime and, gangs from a young age. And Tobi did a good job playing Obalola, a criminal, and I had concerns because he was also a criminal in Brotherhood. Sorry, I will reference Brotherhood quite a bit in this review, and I was worried, how different will his character be from his character in Brotherhood, but he was very different. Obalola was a very stoic, very broody character, and Tobi did a very good job because Obalola was just a very different person from who Tobi is like in real life. Tobi is very bubbly and charismatic, from if you follow him on social media or if you know him personally. So there was quite a bit of acting going on with Tobi in this film, and I appreciated that it was very good. I wasn't seeing Tobi, I was seeing the character, right? So Tobi did a fantastic job. I've talked to a few people since the film came out yesterday, and one or two people have said that they're worried about Tobi being stereotyped and just being this action guy, in films. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That, first of all, that's inaccurate because it's just been two action movies back to back. But so you can't really make that assumption or assertion. That's one thing. And even if that were the case, I mean, Tom Cruise has done so many Mission Impossible films, Maverick, Top Gun, so many action films, and his characters are very similar, and he's made a very successful career out of playing virtually the same character in several movies. So even if Tobi was to play an action, lead in several films for a good number of years in his career, there's nothing wrong with that. He could actually make it work, and we do actually need those kinds of actors and characters in Nollywood. It will help to diversify our films. So kudos to Tobi, great job. Let's move on now to Adesua Etomi-Wellington, who played, I believe her character's name was Gift. As I was watching this film, right, I was really, even before the film came out, I'm sorry, I'm trying to take this bandana off because I can only look ridiculous for so long. I was worried about Adesua's Yoruba. Adesua, I mean, she's played a Yoruba girl in other films, I believe, even in Sugar Rush. But Adesua is an Edo indigene, like I am. But it was okay. Her Yoruba wasn't too bad. It was sufficient. But the challenge I had with Gift, i.e. Adesua's character, is that we didn't get to know enough about her. She felt like a supporting character. We didn't really know much of her story. So I was kind of let down there. I thought going into the film, and this is just my own personal bias or whatever, that Tobi, Chike, and Adesua's characters would all have like a really good backstory and things that connected them to like the heart and soul of the film, and maybe even the villain or the antagonist of the movie. But I mean, Adesua wasn't in the film as much as I thought she would be, and like I said, her character wasn't that well developed, in my opinion. The Yoruba, like I said, was passable, but I wish I got to see more of her. I wish we knew more about Gift and her motivations. We knew that Tobi's character, Obalola, wanted to be a programmer and, travel abroad. He wanted to japa. And we know that Chike's character, Panama or Ifi, right? He wanted to be a singer. I don't know if we knew what Gift wanted to be. Next is Chike's character, Panama or Ifi. Yes, so look 2. Hopefully this looks better than the last look. So Chike's character, Panama, who, this soft-spoken Igbo guy in the crew, wants to be a musician. He's, in the gang as well. He was all right. There wasn't a lot of heavy lifting with Chike's character, if you ask me, but he was cool. I mean, when you look at the film as a whole, clearly, Tobi's character, Obalola, was the focus, right? But I think, or I wish, 1, I wish, 2, I also think that we could have gotten a bit more development with Chike's character, Panama, and Adesua's character, Gift. But if that were to happen, it would have been a much longer film. It would have required a whole lot more filming. And if I know anything about, the production of this film, Gangs of Lagos, it was very tenuous, very, very demanding in several capacities, because Lagos Island, Isaleko, they are not easy places to film in. Even when you do have approval, even when you have security, it's extremely challenging to film there, which is why very few people have filmed in Isaleko. So I kind of get why they couldn't have done more with those 2 main characters, but I just wish that they did. Olarotimi Fakunle, who played Kazim, the antagonist in this film. Olarotimi Fakunle is a stage and theater performer regularly, which is why many of you haven't seen him in movies before. And he was really good. He was born for this role as Kazim in the film, the antagonist of the movie. He did a fantastic job. I was thoroughly impressed. I really enjoyed his performance. I can't say enough good things about him, and I look forward to seeing him in many other things. In fact, now that I didn't know who he was before, but now that I know who he is, if I see his name like on a poster for a stage play, I'd probably go and see it because he's such a great actor, and I look forward to seeing him in other movies or series. Chioma Akoptha, not on a good day. Fantastic actress. I've said that ever since I saw her in Lockdown in 2020. One of the best performances in that film. I've known that Chioma Akoptha is a fantastic actress. But now, after seeing her in this film, I think everyone now knows how great an actress Chioma Akoptha is. Her scene, the funeral scene after her son Ifi passes away, and she's, giving this, is it a eulogy in Igbo and everything? Brilliant. And someone I know, a friend of mine, Demi, who was on set when that was filmed, he said that when they shot that scene, when, they cut, people behind the camera, the crew, they were crying, they were sobbing because they felt it so much. Even they felt it. And when we were at the premiere, after that funeral scene, when she was done, even before she was done, we were all clapping for her performance. When award season comes around, if she's not nominated, I will be thoroughly vexed, and I anticipate that she will win. How many scenes did Chioma Akoptha have in the movie? Maybe 4 or 5, but in those 5, right, especially the one with at the funeral, brilliant, and I think that's sufficient enough to get a nomination and even to win. Chioma Akoptha, brilliant actress. She's in a league of her own. When you talk about Nollywood actresses, I can't say enough good things about her. Pasuma did a good job. Quite impressive as London, right? He did a very good job. The character London, okay, I can't really delve into it. I had issues with the character, but that would be under what I didn't like about the film or issues that I had with the film. But we're talking about performances now, and if we're on that, I think Pasuma did a good job, a good enough job, and I appreciated his performance. I'm trying to think of what I know about Pasuma's time on set that I can actually share. I guess they posted it back then when they were filming that when Pasuma was on set, it was pandemonium because he's a huge star internationally, more so in the ghetto, especially on Lagos Island. And someone that was on set, let's just put it like that, said that they had to get like army guys to be on standby to provide security for Pasuma when they were filming with him. Who else I want to talk about? Bimbo Ademoye was also in the film. Fantastic performance. Moving swiftly on, probably to the last performance that I want to highlight from the film, Damilola Ogunsi, who played Ekun. He was good. Is Albino a politically correct term, but he's the albino gentleman, fantastic actor. He does lots of work on series on Africa Magic. I don't watch most of them, but his face is very familiar. I've seen him in a few things. I saw him in Finding Hobby 1, I do believe. He's a really good actor, and I appreciated him and the diversity that he brought to the film. Okay, let me dive to the special mentions or the special recognition to some people that were in this film. Black Kamaru, who played Terrible, my favorite character in the film, I have to admit. You guys may I hope you recognized him, because he used to do skits on Instagram. He's the one that said, "Eje Imagbe, your blood's gonna dry."
Eje Imagbe, your blood's gonna dry.
Those skits still make me laugh, and I think it's based on those skits. That's how he got the job or got the role in this film, and I was really happy when I saw that he was going to be in the film, and he was really hilarious in the film, to be honest. He played his part very well. When they grabbed him and they put him in the trunk, and he was confessing to Tobi's character and Adesua's character just before they offed him, that scene or those scenes, everyone at the premiere was cracking up. We had a good laugh. His was one of the best performances and the best characters in the film, if you ask me personally. And also I wanted to, give a special shout out as well to Zlatan, who played, I can't remember Zlatan's character's name, but Zlatan was very good. He was impressive as well. I enjoyed his performance, and I imagine that when they were filming on set, that it was pure pandemonium when Zlatan was on set. So yeah, I think those are all the people I want to, mention. I mean, the film was star-studded. You had Toyin Abraham in the film. There's a bit of controversy, around, Toyin Abraham's character in the film. Okay, quick summary. In real life, Toyin Abraham supports APC and the president-elect Bola Tinubu, and the APC has been in government in Lagos State since 1999, 24 years, which is a long time. And like I said, Toyin Abraham supported them in the elections 2 months ago, and she still supports them. But ironically, her character in the movie Gangs of Lagos was very against a political party being in power for so long. She was very vocal about it. So it was very ironic to everyone who was at the premiere, and to many people who watched it on Prime Video, that Toyin Abraham is playing like an antithesis to who she is in real life in this movie. So it was kind of weird, and it's interesting to see it all unfold on social media, because apparently people are coming for her. Hey guys, I'm interrupting this video very briefly to ask a quick favor of you. Please like this video by clicking on the like button, and subscribe to the channel as well by clicking on the black subscribe button. You doing those things would really help me, this video, and my channel a great deal. If you really want to knock my socks off, you can share this video by using the share feature just underneath the video, or you can take a screenshot of this video or a picture of it and post it on your Insta stories along with the link to this video. Thank you guys. If you've done any of those things, you've really made my day, or maybe even my week. Now let's head back to the review. What I liked. First of all, I liked that they were daring enough to film Gangs of Lagos in Isaleko. Isaleko is such an interesting place. Isaleko is a densely populated area. It's both business and residential, but Marina is very close to Isaleko, and that's like the commercial capital or the commercial nerve center of Lagos, so to speak. It's a very interesting area. So I was very familiar with that area from between my 9-to-5 days and starting as a photographer. So I was keen on seeing how they depict that part of town and Isaleko and everything, and they did a really good job. Like I said, once again, it's not easy to film in that area because of security issues, and it's chaotic, to be honest, but they pulled it off. It was impressive. Lots of night scenes, because honestly, that's the only way you can really get some good enough scenes, when people are in bed and there's a little bit of sanity. But they did show Isaleko and Lagos in a very unique way, and a way we've never seen before. Kudos to them for that. I did enjoy seeing that side of town and the area that is very synonymous with my past. What else did I like? The cinematography wasn't bad. It was actually quite good. Colors, the lighting, the costumes, the visuals for Gangs of Lagos were actually very good. And I mean, it's something that has become like a staple with Jade Osiberu's films, whether it's a film she produces or directs, the visuals will be very clean and they'll be colorful. I also liked the so there was a cultural relevance of, just seeing Lagos and how life is in Lagos. There was also the political relevance and connection regarding how people are how there's a jostle for power, and there's an element of greed when it comes to political power and just the concentration of power in areas like Lagos, and even like a state like Lagos, where there's so much at stake for everyone, especially the political class. And in order for the political class to get the power that they want, be it as a local government chairman or as a governor or whatever, they seem to be in bed with the criminal elements sometimes in order to get what they want. And it's not something that happens just here in Lagos or in Nigeria. It's synonymous with politics in many parts of the world. If you've seen Gangs of New York, you'll remember that there was that. There are elections going on, and the politicians were in cahoots, so to speak, with the gang leaders to make sure the elections went in a way that favored them. So it was interesting to see that, and to see that depiction in film. And finally, seeing the whole gang and cult thing, in a film, something that we're all very familiar with, or something that we all know exists in different parts of Lagos, seeing that, depicted in a film was also quite interesting. It was a bit on a surface level, because if you were to go deep into gang culture in Lagos, it can get really, really gritty. But that would have been a totally different film. But I liked that they touched on that. But yeah, those are the things that I liked about Gangs of Lagos. Now I guess we need to talk about what I didn't like about the movie. Now this is why, like I said earlier, I didn't want to do this review. Initially, after I saw the film at the premiere, there are a few things about this film, Gangs of Lagos, that didn't sit well with me, or that I didn't necessarily agree with. But I was just racking my brain after seeing the movie, even at the after party, trying to figure out how to best communicate what I didn't agree with in the film. Because, full disclosure, there are a few people involved with this film, Gangs of Lagos, that I know and that are very dear to me, and I don't want to hurt their feelings. Even Prime Video, I don't want to rub them the wrong way before they stop inviting me to their events. So I just kept on racking my brain on how to say what I did not like about this film without offending the people that I care about, and I just couldn't figure it out. I couldn't come up with a way to do it without offending anyone. It's like a woman, like a person, yeah, who cares about you, and they're dressed up for a party, right? A fancy party, and they come and they ask you what you think about their outfit, and you say, "Oh, your makeup is fantastic, your hair is beautiful, your outfit is very appropriate, it's the right fit, I love how it accentuates your curves, but those shoes, I'm not sure if those are the shoes that go with this look. I'm not a fan of those shoes." You run the risk of the person only hearing what you said about the shoes. They will forget everything else that you said about their lovely hair, their fantastic makeup, their lovely outfit, and they will only stick to what you said about the shoes. So that is my fear, that in this whole review, they won't hear everything I said prior to now, but they will hear what I said that I did not like about this movie. So therefore, I am not going to talk about what I did not like about this movie, Gangs of Lagos, because I care about people, and I just don't think it's worth it. I think the things that I noticed, many of you who have seen the film noticed them as well. So it's not as if I saw anything that anyone else didn't see, and I'd just be repeating what other people have said. I know many of you want to hear it from me, but sorry, on this one, you're not going to hear it from me. Maybe in the comment section, I'll be down there talking about it or agreeing with some of the things you guys say, but I will not be saying it in this review, because I love my friends and my friendships mean a lot to me, and I hope you guys, you know who you are, I hope you can appreciate that, okay? Please. Please, because the alternative, I kid you not, after the premiere, I said I was not going to do this review because I did not want to say negative things about this film, and it pained me because I've really been looking forward to reviewing this film. but I didn't see how I do the film and not be true to myself and, not say that I did not like, certain things without feeling like I offend certain people that I care about. I hope that makes sense. I've dwelt on this a bit too long. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from and the precarious situation that I'm in with this particular area. And that said, let's move on to the next thing. Before I go though, one solution to this problem would have been to do two versions of this review. A version with, kid gloves, i.e. this version, and then a raw version, on another, like if I had a website on a platform where, people who pay me like a subscription, for me to provide exclusive content, I would have done that raw, just like review where I went in fully, yeah? So that would have been the solution. Two versions of this review. This one and a raw one on my subscription-based platform, which I don't have. But I think I need to work on that for reasons just like this one that I find myself in today. Wow. In conclusion, Gangs of Lagos was a good one. It wasn't what I expected, to be honest. I expected it to be longer. You see, that's the problem with me and my job. I have expectations, and I guess it's also because I'm such a huge fan of movies, and there's a way that I think films should be done, but a film will only be done the way I think it should be done if I'm the one who did it. Because if filmmakers, they don't have my mind, I don't have their mind. So films will not pan out the way I think they will pan out because I'm not the one who made those films. So I think I'm part of the problem, to be honest. I think that's what I'm getting at. But Gangs of Lagos was really good. Once again, it wasn't what I expected. I don't know if it was what other people expected. You guys that have seen it, please let me know in the comment section below if Gangs of Lagos was what you expected. If it was or if it wasn't, please explain, elaborate in the comment section down below. I mean, it's a fantastic film. It's going to set a standard for how films like it will be done. And it's a big deal. It's a global big deal. It's relevant on so many levels, politically, culturally, and I mean, it's just such a case study for doing big things and just pushing the envelope in Nollywood and in filmmaking. So, like on an academic level, this film is on another level. Kudos anyway to everyone who was at the premiere and who was behind the film. The people that I know, that I don't know, the premiere was fantastic. A fantastic outing for Prime Video. I remember going for the Prime Video breakfast media meeting or conference last year when they announced that Prime Video was a film, sorry, not Prime Video, that Gangs of Lagos was a film that they were going to like launch with. It's now, the first Prime Video original out of Nigeria and Nollywood. It's an international big deal. I think they're going to promote the film overseas as well. I mean, the stars are going to go and do premieres in the UK and I think in US and maybe some other places. I'm really happy for the doors that this movie has opened for the individual actors and for Nollywood and for Nigeria. It's just big on different levels, like I said earlier. And I'm very happy for all involved. Shout out to my friends who were involved with the making of the film. Thank you guys so much for watching this very weird review, very different review. I hope it makes sense. When I'm editing it, we shall find out. And please be sure to check out my other Nollywood movie reviews. I've reviewed lots of other Nollywood films. I think this is the 5th film that Jade Osiberu has either directed or produced that I've reviewed. I mean, there was Eniola, Sugar Rush 1. There was what else? Brotherhood most recently, and there was did I review Isoke back then? I can't remember, but I think this is the 5th. And the one about the kidnapper, The Trade. Yes, so I mean, I've reviewed a number of her films. I've reviewed so many other films. Please be sure to check them out. Some of them are showing on the screen. Feel free to check out my channel for my past reviews. You can check out my channel also for relationship videos, which I also do. You can also check out my personal finance channel where I talk about saving and investing. I'm trying to revive that. So please, once again, be sure to check out my personal finance channel by clicking the card in the corner of the screen or checking the description box down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. I'm going to be very entertained as I edit this very scattered review. I'm going to laugh so much at how all over the place I was while filming this. But I'm glad I was able to get through it because, like I said, this review almost didn't happen for personal reasons. I wonder what the future has in store now that, Gangs of Lagos is over. I wonder if there'll be a sequel. It didn't really give a sequel vibe, did it? At least for me, it didn't. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Take care.